Meet Mike Trout, popular guy in 2019. He won his third MVP after hitting 45 home runs in just 134 games. He also missed the playoffs again, but that's a different conversation. He batted .291 and led the league with a .645 slugging percentage. How about his ISO? Isolated power measures raw power as the ratio of extra bases per at bat. It reveals how often a player hits for extra bases and is a better indicator of the type of hitter you are than traditional stats like average or slugging percentage. In simple terms, it works like this. If you go 1 for 1, you're batting 1,000, which is great, but it does nothing for your ISO unless that one hit went for extra bases. 1 for 1 with a single is okay. 1 for 1 with a double, triple, or home run is obviously better. In 2019, only 7 players had an ISO above 300. Mike Trout led both leagues with 353 ISO. Trivia question: who led the NL in 2019 with 342 ISO? Was it Pete Alonso, Cody Bellinger, or Christian Yelich? Fun fact, in the past 20 years, only 3 players 38 years or older had a season with 300 plus ISO. Nelson Cruz did it for the Twins in 2019, 328. Second trivia question then, who are the only other players in the past 2 decades to achieve that feat? Useless fact, Jose Altuve had a 252 ISO in 2019. At 5 feet 6 inches, he is the shortest player in 50 years to bust through 250 ISO in a single season. I know, whatever. Here's a question. Do you care about ISO? Does it come up when you're at the water cooler on Monday morning? Maybe a better question, does it work? In terms of understanding the game, does it work? Tim Anderson won the 2019 AL batting title. Jorge Soler led the AL with 48 home runs and 178 strikeouts. Max Kepler batted .252 last year, but he won a division title. Trivia question number 3. Who had the lowest ISO of these 3? Soler, Kepler, or Anderson? Kepler, by the way, has one of the nicest Series 1 cards this year. Let's take a look at the answers. Back to question number 1. Who led the NL in 2019 with 342 ISO? The answer is Christian Yelich. Question 2. In the past 20 years, only 3 players 38 years or older had a season with 300 plus ISO. Who are the only other players in the past 2 decades than Nelson Cruz to achieve this feat? The answer is Barry Bonds, who did it twice, and David Ortiz. If you believe ISO is a viable stat, then it obviously argues against long-term deals for guys in their 30s. But then again, so does common sense. Question 3. Who had the lowest ISO of Soler, Kepler, or Anderson? The answer is the batting champ. Anderson was just 173 ISO. That's 97th worst in baseball, behind a lot of really average players. Kepler was 17th, ahead of guys like Juan Soto, Max Muncy, and Josh Donaldson. Soler was 6th in MLB with 304 ISO. What do you think about isolated power? My take is that, like any other metric, it's part of the overall picture. Take a look at overall WAR leaders for position players in 2019. Bellinger, number 1. Trout, number 5. Yelich, number 7. Alonso was top 5 ISO. He's number 23 in WAR. Kepler is number 42. Tim Anderson, number 62. Jorge Soler, number 68. I get people using ISO, but as I said, it's part of the overall picture. And sometimes pictures are deceptive. Take a look at these defenders. One of them was perfect in the field last year. Well, if you define perfect as fielding percentage, he committed 0 errors. All 3 are getting some defensive love on their Series 1 cards. Trivia question. Which of these three had a perfect fielding percentage in 2019? Follow-up question. Yes, it's important to not make errors, but does not making errors tell the entire story? Let's look at total zone runs. This metric, TZR, measures total fielding runs above average based on the number of plays made. It attempts to quantify how many runs a player saved or gave up in the field. The player with 0 errors is not the player who led all MLB outfielders with 20 total zone runs in 2019. In fact, it's none of these three. Robbie Grossman made 0 errors. Do you know which player led Major League Baseball with 20 total zone runs in the outfield? His name is Aaron Judge. Let's finish with a walk-off. 3 team cards, all celebrating: Braves, Yankees, Dodgers. Which one led MLB with 12 walk-off wins in 2019? I'll eliminate one. The Yankees had only 6. Braves or Dodgers? You might recall the Dodgers had 3 in a row, all rookies, and they did in fact have 12 on the season. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in your comments if you want a free baseball trivia book. I'll send you one. See you next time.